Hey everybody, Angela Langlots here. I'm going to talk about trademarks. I'll wait for some people to join me, and meanwhile, I'm actually gonna share this on my Trademark Doctor page. Let me see if this is showing up on my personal profile or not yet. Here I am. I'm going to share to a page, to my page. Okay, good. We're talking about, I actually forgot to give this a title. I'm going to go ahead and post that. Yay. Okay, so we're sharing. We are sharing, and there are two people watching me. If you have comments or you want to just say hi, go ahead and type that in. I don't know who's watching. I just know that there are two people watching because there are two little eyeballs on the Facebook Live. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It was actually nice. Sunday here in Dallas. Saturday it rained. It's been positively diluvian here. I think my hey Brad, how are you doing? Really nice to see you. Very cool. Yeah, so my backyard kind of flooded last week. It just rained and rained and rained. I don't know what it was like in your neck of the woods. Tell me where you're on from. Brad, where do you live? I'll wait for him to get back to me. Anyway, yeah, so it's pretty pretty nice here in Dallas now. It wasn't so nice before. Still kind of playing with this Facebook Live thing. I've got a lot of interesting things that you can do with the comments, and I'm using this software called Ecamm Live. It's for Mac only, but it's pretty cool because it allows you to run a Facebook Live and add this little. Yeah, Brad's saying it went from Austin to Houston and it rained like crazy. Yep, it it did. It rained like crazy. Hey, Daryl. Oh, it's snowing in BC. Okay, well, maybe go skiing. That sounds good. Anyway, yeah, so I can use this software and I can put in this nice watermark on all my videos, which is kind of cool, right? And it automatically records it and saves it on my hard drive so that I can upload it later to YouTube or any place else that I want to upload it, like Vimeo. So, yeah, the app that I'm using is called Ecamm. And I think I actually have an affiliate link for them, and I'll be so bold as to give that to you. I may have one. Ecamm. Or maybe I don't. Not sure. Anyway, it's 40 bucks one time. I think it's a really good deal just because it's not a monthly thing. I know we all hate, all of us internet entrepreneurs hate paying for software monthly. So yeah, I had somebody ask me a question last week. I should probably tag her since I'm answering her question. Let me just see if I can find her from the last live that I did. So I did a live last Tuesday, and somebody asked me, what did she ask me? She asked me how far people's um, how far people's trademark rights go, right? It was Raluca Mirza. Let me tag her because if I can tag her, I'm gonna go. I guess I go back to my live and tag her. Oop, Raluca Mirza. So I'll tag her in the comments so that she knows that I'm live. So I just tagged her. I wish these would stop popping up. I wonder if there's a way I can make that stop popping up. Anyway. Okay, so she was asking about doing your own trademark search, and I said, yeah, you can absolutely do your own trademark search. You just go to uspto.gov and you use their trademark electronic search system, also known as TESS, to search. But the problem is not that people can't file their own stuff or can't search their own stuff. The problem is that people get tripped up on how close they can actually get to somebody else's trademarks. Yeah, it's not in the App Store, Brad. I think you have to go to. I'll find a link for you, and I'll message you about it later. In fact, I'll make myself a note right now to message Brad Kellum about it later. Anyway, so the issue is really that people don't understand where the line is and how close they can get to other people's trademarks. And what I want people to understand is that trademark rights aren't just for your exact goods and your exact mark. Your trademark rights flow into a zone of expansion, right? A reasonable zone of expansion. So let's say, for example, that, so first let's talk about goods and then we'll talk about the mark. Okay, so what I want you to understand, just umbrella, is that your trademark rights extend to your exact goods and a reasonable zone of expansion into other related goods, right? And your trademark rights are not just limited to your exact mark. Your trademark rights, other people are forbidden from having trademarks that are confusingly similar to yours. And what does that mean? We'll talk a little bit about that. But first, let's cover goods. So your goods, like say for example, I make fishing poles, right? I have a company, I make fishing poles. A reasonable zone of expansion for me in terms of other goods might be fishing related stuff, right? So if I'm the trademark examiner and I see somebody with fishing related stuff that has a mark that's similar to yours, I'm probably going to refuse that because we already have one person in the marketplace who is making fishing gear and using that mark. Let's just make up a mark. I'll just make up a whole scenario here. Let's say that my mark is kapow, right? It's kapow, and maybe I have a logo with like the bursting symbol that makes it look like a kapow. Let's say that my mark is kapow. We will not discuss the merits of that mark. We're just using it as an example. Let's say, so I make fishing gear and I make rods and reels and I put the kapow brand on them, and they're in Dick's Sporting Goods, they're in Cabela's, they're in a whole bunch of retailers, and I have an online space too, right? So I sell fishing rods and reels under the kapow brand. Let's say that there's another company out there. They're called Kapew. Okay, we've got pow and pew. We're going to have a little gunfight over here. Pow, pow, pew, pew. All right, anyway. There's no saying that trademarks have to be boring. And I make fishing lures, right? And I want to make fishing lures. I make fishing lures and I want to register the brand Kapew for fishing lures. Now, if I'm the trademark examiner, I'm going to look at the kapow brand and I'm going to look at the Kapew brand, the brand that they want to register, and I'm going to go, it's too close. It's going to be confusing. That's the litmus test, okay? Is it going to confuse the consumer into thinking that the Kapew lures come from the same source as the kapow rods and reels? Well, if I were a consumer, I might look at Kapew and kapow and I might go, wow, that's kind of cute. I wonder if those two come from the same company. I might be confused about that as a consumer, right? So that's an example of how you can't get too close to somebody else's brand, especially if you're selling the same type of stuff. Okay, so it would be really cute for somebody to try to register Kapew and maybe kind of capitalize on the kapow, but we're not going to let you do that. It's confusingly similar, and you're probably going to get sued by the Kapow people, or at least get a nasty gram. That's what I call them, a nasty gram, a cease and desist letter saying, do not approach our brand with your fishing lures. We will take action against you. So not only are you going to get a refusal, very likely, from the trademark examiner, but you may receive a cease and desist letter from the other company as well. And this is because, you know, the lures that the Kapow people wanted to make they're similar goods to Kapow's rods and reels. I mean, they're complementary goods, actually, is what we would call them, because you use a rod and a reel with a lure, right? You don't go fishing without some kind of lure or hook or bait or something like that. So we would call those goods complementary because their use complements each other. You have a rod and a reel. Actually, rods and reels are complementary goods too. So when you go, if you go search your own trademark, if you decide to not hire an attorney, and it's fine, you can do it. You may be successful and you may be not. But you know, just be aware that other people's goods and other people's marks, it doesn't have to be exact for there to be a conflict. So that is my live for today. Does anyone have any questions that they want to ask me about related goods and related marks? I see I've got 6 people on now and 3 thumbs up. That's awesome. You guys can give me a love heart shower if you want, if you thought this was good and you want me to do more of these. I need a little affirmation. I'm insecure. Anything? Anyone? Any questions? Well, I'll be back tomorrow. So, oh, Mark. Yeah, Mark just said, thank you, Mark, for the compliment. I'm really having fun doing these lives. And yeah, Amazon is making their brand registry program the key to getting preferred product placement, and also as a key to getting other people's infringing stuff pulled, right? So that's always a good idea. I need to get with some more Amazon people and tell them how they can benefit from a trademark registration. That sounds like a great idea. Thanks, Daryl. Thanks for coming. Really happy to have you here. And okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I'll answer more of your trademark questions if you have them. And if you want to find me online, you can find me at TrademarkDoctor.net. And if you like or follow my Trademark Doctor page, which is here on Facebook, you will be notified every single time I go live, so you will not miss another exciting episode of whatever it is that I'm calling this here. Am I going to call it Trademark Talk or something like that? That's probably not registerable because it's probably merely descriptive of a video talking about trademarks. But we'll figure out something catchy to call this, won't we? All right, so everybody have a great day, and I will see you at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, noon Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on the TrademarkDoctor.net. Actually, I think it's just called Trademark Doctor Facebook page. So I'll see you there.